full of disgust.
You come out of the car now.
No.
Yeah, get out of the car. Get out of the car right now.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Out.
No.
Get out.
No.
Yeah, you're going under arrest now.
I'm going under arrest? Are you having fun? Punch me again. Punch me again.
Stop resisting.
Punch me again.
Stop resisting.
Punch me again.
Get out of the car.
Punch me again.
Get out of the car.
Punch me again. Punch me again.
Get out of the car.
Punch me again.
The Suffolk County man says he was beaten by 5 Suffolk police officers following a traffic stop. Manning is now suing Suffolk Police in Suffolk County, claiming police misconduct, unreasonable and unnecessary use of force, and a violation of his constitutional rights.
I feared for my life and never once attempted to harm an officer.
It happened on Horse Block Road in Farmingville on April 2nd. Manning says he was pulled over by 2 officers for allegedly making an illegal left turn. Manning says he asked to speak to a supervisor and refused to give the officers his driver's license and registration.
I will never forget the look on the officer's face, full of disgust. I was immediately fearful. As a black man, I have seen and experienced that look before.
Stop resisting. Stop resisting.
In the video, Officer Robert Rufrano and Officer Samantha Skipon repeatedly yelled, "Stop resisting" at Manning. Both officers tried to pull Manning out of the car, while Rufrano punched him in the face several times. 3 other cops who arrived at the scene later also allegedly punched Manning.
I thought the abuse wouldn't stop.
In the police report, Rufrano said he, quote, struck the subject in the head with the closed fist in order to handcuff Manning. The report doesn't say anything about the several punches he landed on Manning's head and face, as shown in the video. Manning was charged with resisting arrest and traffic violations after the alleged assault. The charges were later dismissed.
What's up, my PBM family? What's up? Another episode of Old School Cops presented by PBM. You got the best 3-man squad in media, period. We got a wealth of experience. I got my boy Rotten Shotgun, my partner, my co-host, my boy Shane. You talking about the Red Dog.
About boring, man.
What happened? You talking about Shane. He's a Red Dog member. You guys watch Power. When Terry and his brother came down here to set up shop, they was running from the Red Dogs. He's definitely a street enforcement cop. He's just like me, guns and drugs. Also a commander of the SWAT team. Then we got the OG. We always love having the OG in the squad because you're talking about 50 years of police experience. And when I tell you, he started out like a street cop like us. He did his thing. He did it so well that the feds started knocking and said, yo, come do it with us. Come hang out with us. And he went to the feds on the DEL level, and he did it nationwide. We all got accolades for outstanding service to policing. We come from the community, came back and policed the community. You guys, I love your support. You guys continue sending the video, and we'll give you an unbiased assessment. This particular video, go ahead, Shane. I'll let you start the assessment on this one.
It was pretty rough. The police officer stated, well, in his report, that they asked him to get out the car. We tell everyone on our channel, it is a lawful order. You don't have to wait till the supervisor gets there. You're supposed to step out the car. Apparently, the officer didn't like the idea that he called for a supervisor, and he didn't rarely step out the car. So he proceeded to use hand strikes, but along he had the handcuff in his hand, striking the individual at the same time. There's nowhere in any police force policy and procedure that you're able to start using hand strikes with your cuff in your hand. Also, there was no communication between the 2 officers. One officer is pulling one way, the lady officer is pulling the other way. There's no talk, there's no conversation at all. This was extremely egregious. It was so egregious that I had to look up the Suffolk County Police themselves. And since 2000, they have settled $165 million worth of settlements since 2000. Just in 2013 alone, 29.5 million total settlements for officer misconduct. That's alone in that year alone. So this particular law enforcement division has a continuous problem dealing with officers. It's so bad that in 2015, the DOJ got to get involved to run a settlement to watch them on bias-free policing, language assistance, and community engagement. So this particular agency has had a long-standing issue with dealing with the public. When you got to get the DOJ involved, that's serious. So I got to give this cop and the fellow officers an F completely. I mean, he wasn't actively resisting. You can hey, I didn't see any way up to Joe to de-escalate the situation, have him step out the car, sir, let's talk, off a traffic, an illegal left turn. An illegal left turn signifies a couple of beats to the face with a handcuff and get 4 other officers to beat you in the face too. This is egregious on so many levels. The only time I had to pull somebody out the car was when at 99, it was a warrant. And I called back to the warrant for the arrest, and I had to talk to him and get him out the car. Other than that, for a traffic stop, I can't remember not one time I had to use any type of hand techniques for a traffic stop. And in my state, that you're able to carry a gun lawfully in your car. I've seen the glove compartment. I've seen all type of things. This is egregious, and this is something, Joe, I would have never handled things this way. These guys get an F for failure all the way around. The person, the subject that was in the car, he could have did a better job in just stepping out the car because it's a lawful order, But at the same time, we're held to a higher standard, Joe and Ted. We're held to a way higher standard. So, in my aspect, sir, this was egregious. You got to F all around, sir.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you mentioned that because I was watching the comments on this video, and people were saying that if he'd have just complied, this wouldn't have happened. Listen, the untrained civilian, right? There is really no accountability. We are law enforcement. The accountability is on us, right? Yes, but we like people to comply 100%. It'd be so nice if we just told people to do what they need to do, to follow our instructions, and they comply. It would make the job a lot easier, right? But they don't comply. That's why we got all the training. We're the ones that if we get it wrong, the taxpayers pay, right? Taxpayers don't pay when he don't comply. The taxpayers pay when we don't comply to our law, to our constitution, to the policy, to the training. So 100%, man, I'm glad you acknowledge that. Listen, we always tell you guys on this channel, right? Just on the side of the road, you will take the L. You will take the L all day, every day. Mm-hmm. Take your fight to the courtroom. He actually lived right through this beatdown, but he got hurt. He got beat down. Cop put cuffs in his hand where no policy would support that and just went to beating on the guy because he asked for a supervisor. Come on, and I think early riser, he said for the panel, do you think the OT is always wise to ask for a supervisor instead of just getting out of the car? I say always ask. If you feel you need to talk to ask for a supervisor, ask for him, but at the same time still comply with getting out the car. You could say, yeah, can you get a supervisor? He said, get out the car. Yeah, I would like for a supervisor. No, get out the car. Okay, all right, get out the car. You're going to lose on the side of the road. Mm-hmm. Ask for that supervisor, but get out the car. You see what happened, right? The DA dropped the charges because it's bogus charges. When you see the DA drop charges on a police incident, that's a key sign because the DA and the police work hand in hand. You don't know how many times I got the DA in my phone. Anytime I was doing street enforcement drug work, I'm constantly calling so I can make sure that I'm dotting the I's, crossing the T's. So that by the time it gets to the DA, we got a good tight case. So if the DA is looking at this video, he go, I can't help you, bro. I'm dropping all these charges. Law enforcement is in trouble. He's going to get a nice size back. I'm 100% sure of that. But it could have cost him a lot more than just getting beat with handcuffs. That's what I said. Sometimes it's not worth it. So, OG, you could close us out with it.
Well, the hardest part is to not get like you say, Joe. Don't try to take this thing on the side of the street. You're going to lose every time. The unnecessary contact with his body was ridiculous, but him not cooperating only exacerbated the situation. When they tell you to get out of the car, I'm telling you from my own experience. When that cop told me to get out of the car, I got out the car. When he said, put your hands behind your back, I put my hands behind my back. I'm not going to argue with this man. He's in charge. And he was 5'4", 5'5", at the most 5'6", and I'm 6'5", 250. So you know who's going to win this fight. But I'm going to follow his instructions because I don't need the rest of them guys coming and beating up on me. I was a probation officer at juvenile court, working on the master's degree in criminal justice. I wasn't no dummy. I knew what he was doing. He was trying to antagonize me. Don't buy it. Take your time, get out the car, follow his instructions, answer all the questions he's supposed to ask you. Where do you live? Where do you work? Do you have a driver's license? All that stuff. Just give it to him. You should have seen that guy's face when I told him I was a probation officer at juvenile court. He looked at me and he went, I know he was not going, damn, I done messed up. And then he took the ticket he was writing and tore it up, Joe. He tore up his original ticket because he knew that he wouldn't get by with that lie. And then he came back with another lie saying I interfered with his
Investigation.
ability to do his job, which was also a lie.
Yeah.
So if you just follow their instructions, and because of their aggressiveness, it's going to show, especially with the video now. The video shows it. Don't take an unnecessary ass whooping. It's unnecessary.
Right.
Follow their instructions. When they pull you over for a traffic ticket, you're supposed to get a ticket, not get taken to jail. Okay? Even though the ticket is an admission, only verifies your person ticket was given, you still need to follow the instructions. Now, his part was not perfect, but the officer went above and beyond. And here's what gets me, Joe. I really want to hit this. When they say, stop resisting, stop resisting, stop resisting, like their verbalization is going to be sufficient for a judge to say, you're saying stop resisting. You sitting there looking at the man, he's not resisting.
Right.
Okay? I can show you resisting, Joe.
Right.
Okay? That wasn't resisting. Sir, please get out of the car. You want to see my supervisor? Okay, let me call the supervisor. All right? Could you give me your driver's license before he gets here so I can be able to explain everything to him? Let me have your driver's license. And we'll wait till the supervisor gets here. Okay? And just, you know what? You do it 8 to 10 hours, whatever, 12-hour shifts. Whatever you got to do it 8 to 10 hours, just do it. If you spend it writing a ticket, write a report, then that's what you spend it doing. But don't allow yourself to be pulled into the trap of trying to justify what you're doing. I'm going to flash back one time for you, Joe. When that mess happened in Memphis and they beat that boy to death, somebody moved the camera on the pole so they could see them beating him. Roundhouse swings with the friggin' baton, okay, on a defenseless man. Okay, had that person not turned that camera, you would have seen all that, because what happens is when they get on top of you with that camera, you don't get that view. You only see the little tussle going on. You don't see the roundhouse punches, okay, and the nightstick. What you see is the limited view of them all on top of the guy.